Welcome to the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through the arts. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through Ayana. You are listening to a syndicated podcast on Amazon Alexa, where you can catch special guest interviews, live performances, in-studio interviews, and live on-location reports. The special guests who will be on the Sister Speak Show are dynamic and impacting the communities with their passions. The Sister Speak Show is a talk show that will keep your mind and your soul informed, energized, and encouraged. This is a cultural renaissance platform that influences a climate that is conducive to who you are and who you should be. No reckless entertainment, just responsible listening nourishment. We don't go dumb, we go wisdom. On the Sister Speak Show, it's about making the known known. You can listen live and on demand to the Sister Speak Show on Spreaker, Amazon Alexa, Google Play, iTunes, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Tumblr, and TuneIn Radio. Add us to your listening shuffle. We want to be the flavor in your ear. We consider the Sister Speak Show to be one of the dopest podcasts in podcasting. Thank you for your listening support and welcome. Let's tune in, shall we? This month on the Sister Speak Show, hosted by Ayana Holloman, coming to the stage, actress Ajanay Gray, the Laugh Line, comedian Ace Boone, the tour, recording artist Forrest Bell, the platform, motivational speaker coach Bruce Kennedy, the platform, owner and founder of Boundless Fitness Tim D, coming to the stage, actor Lorenzo Woodgrain, the tour, songstress Allie. Listen live to the Sister Speak Show starting this Tuesday, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. Welcome, my brothers and sisters. You are listening live to the platform on the Sister Speak Show. I am your host, Ayana. We are recording live from Dallas, Texas. Everything is going up because anything going down is crashing. I am so excited, brothers and sisters, to vibe out with you all tonight on the platform. You can catch creative artists, fashion designers, educators, doctors, lawyers, fitness instructors, urban authors. I mean, the playlist, if you will, the panel list, if you will, is so wide and just so dynamic. So when you're listening to the platform, if you are an entrepreneur, okay, a business owner, if you are all things economic, when it comes to the black dollar, this is the show for you. If you are for health and fitness, this is the show for you. And the reason why I say that is because we have amazing special guests, as you already know. And tonight, we're not going to disappoint. Tonight, once again, we have a special guest. His name is Tim D. Tim D, brothers and sisters, is the owner and founder of Boundless Fitness. And I am so excited to vibe out with him tonight. And, we're going to keep this all things body physical, understanding about exercise regimen, diet, and weight loss, weight gain, and just all the questions that I have, because this is what he does. And so if you want to chat live with us, you can go ahead and do so. Keep everything righteous, keep everything real, and we'll definitely cater to your needs. We want to make sure that this episode is conducive to everything that you need. So sit back and relax. If you're driving, pay attention, but have a wonderful ride on the way to wherever you're going. And, tell everybody about the Sister Speak Show. You can also get in touch with me at SGTPGW on Instagram, or you can go to my website at sistergoodthing.com. You can email me at thesisterspeakshow@gmail.com if you're interested in becoming a special guest on the Sister Speak Show. We'd love to have you, okay? With that being said, brothers and sisters, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. I have a clip for you all, and this is brought to you by CNN, and this is 80% of Black women are supposedly overweight. And, I just wanted to provide this perspective, and we'll be right back after this. You are listening live to the platform on the Sister Speak Show. My special guest tonight, Tim D, owner and founder of Boundless Fitness. Let's get physical. Let's get spiritual. I've got you covered on the Sister Speak Show. Can't wait to vibe out with you all. So glad you tuned in. Hello to all my international listeners. I didn't forget about you. We'll be right back.
Stretch up high.
This is how a grassroots movement to save black women gets started.
Get our arms moving, get a little sweat going.
With one simple commitment.
Let's go.
Walk 30 minutes. 5 days a week, every single week of the year.
So how do you feel right now?
Oh, I got my Girl Check glow on. I feel great. It's beautiful
great.
back there.
Yes, rejuvenated.
Vanessa Garrison and Morgan Dixon were career-minded go-getters, but they saw themselves sliding into a lifestyle with lots of stress and little exercise.
We were facing a crisis in our own families around obesity-related diseases that stem directly from inactivity.
And this was an SOS to my friend, where I said, I don't want this to happen. What are we going to do about it?
2 years ago, they started Girl Trek, and it's grown into a national movement, 18,000 strong.
Remember, only one rule, we leave no woman behind.
Using social media to organize events around the country.
Reaching 150,000 on here on our Facebook page.
It's imperative to reach as many as possible. 4 out of 5 black women in the U.S. are overweight, and more than half of all black women are considered obese.
We are dying faster and at higher rates than women in every state from preventable diseases like diabetes, like some cancers. That is directly related to the way we care for our bodies.
Why do you think that is?
On the priority list of things in a black woman's life, unfortunately, health has fallen down the priority line.
Come on, ladies, let's hustle it out. Do your personal best, your personal best.
All they ask of women is 1/2 hour.
How much were you exercising before Girl Trek?
Every blue moon.
Did you worry about what example that was setting?
Yes, that's why I forced her to come with me. Yeah. Okay.
Girl Trek wants to inspire more mothers and daughters to walk together.
It allows us to be closer.
She like the bond.
This is my personal best, right here. This is it.
The founders of Girl Trek say the seed has been planted.
This walking revolution that is happening, and so there's no possibility that things aren't going to change.
Our hope is to, by 2018, galvanize 1 million women to walk with us, and that's big.
All right, ladies, let's head to the Victory Bridge.
Chris Lawrence, CNN, Washington.
Listening to the Sister Speak Show is even easier now with the new abilities available from Spreaker Skill on Amazon Alexa. With Spreaker on Alexa, you can now listen to the Sister Speak Show from even more places from all around the world. You also have navigation control, fast forward and rewind podcasts to make sure you never miss a second of your favorite show. And then you can ask for show recommendations like the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. Welcome back, brothers and sisters. You are listening live to the platform on the Sister Speak Show. I am your host, Ayana, and I am excited to vibe out with you all. That clip was entitled 80% of Black Women Are Overweight, brought to you by CNN. And I also have 2 more clips that I'm going to play for you all. One is called Soul Food is Slave Food, and another one entitled Fake Butts and the Post-Baby Snapback. Has celebrities taken plastic surgery too far? And that's brought to you by Essence Magazine. And the Soul Food is Slave Food clip is brought to you by Watching TV 08. Always want to cite your sources whenever you are third-party audio clipping on your podcast. That's just a note for everybody. You don't want any issues. And all of these videos are for educational purposes only. And I thank you all for being a wise and sober and vigilant audience. I love exercise when I do it. I got to be honest about that. And I know that I must do better in what I'm doing. I started stretching more, running in place. I've got my knee pads and my breast pads and all the pads that I need. my Bengay pads. I've got my heating pads. I've got all the pads that I need to exercise. Okay, mattress pads, so when I pass out. Okay, or when not pass out, but when I fall down from the shock of everything. Okay, when your legs get noodly. But seriously, exercise saves your lives, and it really does decrease stress, and it does make you feel good, and it makes you feel like you can kick down walls and lift up 18-wheeler trucks and, all those wonderful, empowering adrenaline thoughts that come through when your body is really performing and at its best. And we must understand how appropriate it is to maintain our bodies, not just externally, but internally as well. And I think when the two go together, I think you at your, not say your best, but you're really doing well. Oh, brothers and sisters. Okay, wait a minute now. Okay, here we go. Brothers and sisters, calling in live to the platform on the Sister Speak Show is my very special guest, the owner and founder of Boundless Fitness, Tim D. Let's give this brother a round of applause. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I am doing well. I thank you so much for being a very special guest on the platform this evening.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to get into it. We're going to get physical. We're going to get spiritual. We're going to get all these things that we need to get because the listening audience, I believe, has been waiting for a special guest like you to come on the scene. Convict us, help us, teach us. And definitely, we want to learn more about who you are. So let's just get right into it. When did you discover that physical fitness was your passion?
Well, I've always had a passion for fitness. I was very athletic and into sports growing up. But I rediscovered my love and my passion for fitness 3 years ago. Back in 2015, I was stabbed and left for dead. And of course, that led to a number of health issues, and I literally had to will myself back to health, back to being able to walk and play with my daughter. At the time, I have 2 kids now, but physical fitness, I say, literally has saved my life, and not only saved my life where I'm living and breathing, but saved my quality of life where I'm able to do all of the things that I love to do.
That is amazing. I really appreciate your transparency concerning, you being stabbed. And I just want to thank God that you're here. That's what, of course, we know that's
absolutely.
That's
it's definitely a blessing.
Yes, that's a testimony. And it's amazing how in our journey, we will be faced with situations where it seems as if this is it. And I think we all in our lives, the older we get, we've had many this is it testimonies where we have come out on the other side like, oh my, I know that wasn't me at all. That, and that's when you begin to understand that, okay, the Lord does sit high and look low, and I have a purpose. And let me not take for granted what I am here for, so all praises for that. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. That
absolutely. I say all of the time when, things are coming up, because we're human and things will come up, just little day-to-day nuances in the grand scheme of things. And, you can get down on yourself, but then I remember all of the things that I've been through. And I actually heard a sermon, and it was, if I didn't die then surely this won't kill me. I won't die now. And so that's my motto when I go through life, keep a positive aspect. If I can make it through all of the things that I've been through up until this point, then surely I can prevail and come out of whatever I'm going through at the moment.
And also, of course, being able to really experience that no weapon literally formed against you shall prosper. Literally, and it's amazing how a lot of people in our lives, not a lot, but the footstools, I call them, the imps, if you will, they have this declaration, this determination to take you out, to assassinate your character, or even your entire life, and it's amazing how these people are really just used to create something good in the long run. And they don't know why they're doing it a lot of the time. Some do, some don't. But they are nothing but just a piece of your grand master puzzle that was needed, even as rough and tough as it appeared, and even was, and as hard and painful that it was. But in the end, they are literally footstools, because here you are, the owner and founder of Boundless Fitness. I mean, won't he do it though? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yes, he will.
That's amazing. God bless you for that. And I'm so glad that he created you, and so glad that you are here to share your story with our listening audience. And may my listening audience be completely encouraged by this vibe that we're having right now. So, okay, so you are on your journey towards recovery. Physical fitness is definitely a vital ingredient that has kept you here. What did you start doing to recover?
Well, first things first, I had a great support system around me, and it required a shift in mindset, and then it was just taking the basic steps, even as painful as it was. I remember when I first tried to, because I was living in a townhome at the time, and I had stairs. Of course, you can't live in a townhome and not have to deal with stairs. And so for a few weeks, of course, I was just stuck in the bed. But then I'm like, no, I need to start moving around. And so just a task as simple as going up and down the stairs. For me, that was a challenge that was pushing myself out of my comfort zone. But because of where my mindset was, I knew that it was going to get me to where I wanted to go. So it was just making trips up and down the staircase, and my daughter would laugh at me, and it's funny now, the way I was walking and kind of hunched over and things like that, but it's just pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. No matter the level of activity, it's about just start moving. You have to start, you can plan to start, or I'm going to start on Monday. That's what everybody says. I'm going to start on the first of the month, or I'm going to start here, but just get up and actually start doing it. And I think that's what separates my programs and the services that I offer, with Boundless from a lot of the other fitness companies out there is, having gone through that, I understand the importance of meeting people where they are and taking them to where they need to go to. So we're not focusing on just, the vanity of, personal fitness, but truly we're changing lives and dealing with, rehabilitative and things, and people that have had injuries and life-altering experiences, and, we're helping them work through those things, through physical activity, through the fit, and leading a more active lifestyle.
I love it. I'm all for it. I'm really for the natural process of, toning, shaping, losing weight. I'm all for that. Just in my own, just deepest understanding about, with plastic surgery and just the quick fixes that really are not quick fixes. They're just really, I feel, lazy, laziness, and not really wanting to really give your body all that you could give it, and I salute brothers and sisters no matter where they are. When I see my brothers and sisters walking, where I live, you'll see a sister and, she has weight on her, but every time I see her, I'm like, go ahead, sister. I'll be driving by and I'll just say, go ahead, sister, because it takes a lot to get up, get out, and get something, especially to put your body on display, on a street, a busy street where you have opinionated, ignorant people who, some opinionated, ignorant people who drive by and, may make a mockery of it. But, to see that, it's an amazing journey. But I just am not for going under the knife, having your stomach stapled, and doing all of these things that really you can die from.
Yeah, and we live in an instant gratification society now. Everything is, how can we make different processes quicker, and how can we achieve results quicker? That's why the fast food industry is booming like it is. Like you can, do I something that it comes with the territory of having to combat that, but I also do recognize the harder you work for something, the more you appreciate it. And a lot of people, when they take the quick route or they do the quick fixes or even the quick little, I'm going to do a 2-day fast or cleanse or whatever, you don't appreciate it. And when you don't appreciate or value something, you take it for granted. And so you're right. 9 times out of 10, most people that take that route, they end up gaining the weight back or they end up right back into the same situation. It might not be immediately, but eventually, usually they end up right back into the same situation. So I encourage hard work. Let's do it right the first time, and it'll be easier to maintain because, again, you've shifted your mindset. You're already into a mindset of living a healthy lifestyle. You didn't go under the knife and then go right back to eating hamburgers and French fries.
Now, see, now, be nice about the French fries. Now the French fries, now, be nice. No, but seriously, I agree with you about, getting the weight back, because I do know a sister who I think.
We're all human. Like, we all have our vices and things. Like, for me, I'm good on the fast food, but I love me a soda. So, we all have our things that we have to combat. Sometimes I wish I had never been introduced to a soda, because then it wouldn't be nothing for me to not have one. But,
I'm telling you.
It is what it is.
I'm telling you, for me, it's the French fries all day. But, one thing I was saying is just like, I know a sister who, I think she had the lap band, and she has since gained her weight back and then some. And, I was just, I don't, do you feel like the lap band is a waste of money and a cheap way out versus just coming in, learning how to do a sit up, a stomach crunch, and, getting it off that way, so then you can eat how you want to versus, putting the lap band on?
Every situation is different. There are people with certain health issues, and things where it does definitely require some medical intervention. So I don't want to just make a general. Let me put that out there. I don't want anybody sending me angry emails later on. There are situations where that is going to be appropriate. However, in most cases, it is a quicker. I don't want to say easy, because I don't think people understand the process of what happened when you're doing a lap band procedure. If they understood how it affects your body and the different things that you go through, I believe that people would opt out of it almost every single time. But so I don't want to say it's an easy way out, but I do feel like it's a quicker way out. But for me, what I've discovered is that as a people, we don't take mental health seriously enough, and so there are people with legitimate eating disorders, and so you have to attack that portion before any real results will happen. And so, if you cut the head off, if you cut the snake at the head, the snake will die. So people are going and having lap band procedures, but still not dealing with other traumas or different things, or not even realizing that, a lot of their unhealthy food habits are, stress related, or, it's a mind thing. The mind is a very powerful thing, and that can be a good thing if you leverage it properly, but it can also be a very bad thing if it's not. And so when people aren't acknowledging or dealing with those things, that's where people run into the issues. And that's why you see people that have the lap band procedure, they're not working out, they're not doing the physical activity part, but they also haven't addressed the mental piece of it. And so it comes right back. And so they're looking for, again, the quick fix, the instant gratification.
Wow. Oh my gosh. This is a blessing to have you on here, because I know that this is going to really, really put into a proper perspective how our brothers and sisters can approach, their physical fitness disabilities or, lack of abilities and have you. And I really appreciate that you brought that out about the mental aspect of it, because that is true. That is very true, that there are so many people who, deal with depression in that manner. And it could be that, they're taking it out. I remember this man was telling me that his wife is taking it out on the table and that he just cannot get her to stop. And it had to deal with them losing their son at about maybe about 15 years ago. And it was as if it happened a minute ago for them. And so she was eating her grief, if you will, and I found that to be really, very, I don't say it broke my heart, but it definitely poked at my empathy for sure. And then you have people who deal with anorexia, and then you have people who deal with bulimia. And so what are you, with our brothers and sisters, maybe, I know that they've always tried to label that as a model's disease at first, right? But we know that that's not true. There's no way that there's one particular disease that's assigned to one. Everything affects every race, period. So with that being said, when it comes to the anorexia and the bulimia, in our culture, and our brothers and sisters, do you find that to be prevalent?
Not necessarily the anorexia or bulimia, more so with the overeating, and it has, and I feel like the roots go back to slavery, and how with our people, how we were brought over to this country. We eat for everything. We eat at a wedding. We eat at a funeral. We eat, when we're happy. We eat when we're upset. We eat, no matter what it is, but food is the remedy. And a lot of the old school people, if I go to my grandma's house right now and I tell her I'm stressing about something, she gonna fix me something real good. And food is not a way to deal with, but when you're eating, of course, your body is releasing those hormones, which give a temporary sense of relief or a temporary sense of happiness. But again, once that food is digested, those issues come right back. And so what do? Do we repeat the same pattern and we keep eating, or do we address the real issue and get to the root of it and deal with it? And I feel like that's a big piece of it, and then a part of with our people specifically has to go back to our eating habits and the way we prepare our food, but a big piece of it is the mental piece.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And, because you hit on a subject, because once we end our interview, I have a couple of clips that I'm going to play, and one of them is entitled "Soul Food is Slave Food." And I'm a picky eater. Okay. I have a peanut allergy. I'm a very picky eater, and I have a peanut allergy that hinders me from just going in on food like that. I have to read the labels. I have to be very careful because of the anaphylactic shock that I could go into. So, and I believe that I'm very convinced that the Lord gave me that thorn, because if not, they probably would have had to cut down a wall to get me out the house.
And don't get me wrong, I love food. I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving already. But again, everything is about moderation, and just we don't take the thing seriously until there is a serious health scare, and then a lot of times, not even then, is, well, I already got the disease, or they're already telling me this now, so I may as well enjoy my life. And that's not the proper way. We can live longer and better, have better quality of lives by, adjusting our habits.
For sure.
But it's not as big of an adjustment as most people would think. Like, people are surprised when I talk to them, when I have my consultations, because I really believe in focusing on a holistic approach to fitness. It's not just done in the gym. It's not just done in the kitchen. It's not just done on the couch with a therapist. It has to be all three of those things working together in perfect harmony to achieve the results that you want to achieve. But people are surprised when we're talking about nutrition, and it's, I can have that, but I just have to tweak this one thing. Like, just minor tweaks would do us a lot of good. For
sure. I agree, because like I said, I know me, And I believe that allergy was to prevent me from jumping in the air and getting stuck. I'm serious now, because I mean it now. But one thing that I've noticed, and the reason why I talked about, soul food and that type of stuff is because I believe that the name has been not given it's not the right name. I believe not only with our people having an issue with overeating is that we have a problem with overeating, and we eat the wrong things. We eat things that we're not supposed to eat. I don't care how good it is. I don't care whose mama makes it the best. I don't care about nothing about traditions and anything. If it's a tradition, but the tradition is leading our brothers and sisters into diabetes, high blood pressure, stroke, heart attack, especially on those days that people gather, such as quote unquote Thanksgiving, quote unquote Christmas, quote unquote Easter, and any other type of pagan day that people gather for. And that's no shade to anybody. I just got to keep it 100 about certain things. If you gather for these,
Absolutely.
if you gather for these days and everything is stuffing, potato salad, ham hocks, this, oxtails, turkey necks, hog head cheese, macaroni and cheese, this and that and this, and then, German chocolate cake, peach cobbler, and all that night. And, we have to think about that. And then what really hones it in for me is the amount of how much people can actually put on one plate. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
And then y'all have the nerve to take some of the nastiest pictures on that day and post them. And I just want to say, a lot of y'all plates look so nasty. And that's just a fact. And it's going all in your body. And now you're in a position to where you are waking up at 2 a.m. because you're of an age where your body doesn't process food like it used to. And you're in the bathroom promising God that you'll never do it again. Trying to hold up the wall, trying to keep your whole life from shattering before you because your stomach cannot handle it. Because first of all, I think we need to realize how big our stomach is not. But on top of that, really just understanding we have got to elevate from eating scraps. And we are better than that. We are way better than having to continue to reminisce on what we ate 400 years ago. Our palates have to have evolved since then. We have got to have, we as great at cooks as we are, as intelligent as we are, good at farming, sharecropping, and as the such, I just don't understand why my brothers and sisters continue to glorify the scraps.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Our ancestors didn't have a choice, on what they were given. They had to eat scraps because that's what they were given, in their situation. But we have a choice. And I don't know how some people do the whole, like you said, ham hocks and bongs and chitlins. And I can't stomach it, especially knowing what I know about the anatomy of the body.
You better come
and
on.
what those organs do for the animals that they come from. I can't put that into my body. I can't put the intestines of another animal in my body when I know what the function of an intestine is.
Say it.
I just can't stomach it. So
say it, and that's the truth. And it's and then our brothers and sisters have to really elevate out of that slave consciousness, because when they hear people like you, and you're not the only one, there are a lot of brothers and sisters who are on a healthy kick, who are definitely learning and in this regimen of doing better. And shout out to all of you all. I don't want you all to feel like you are not recognized. You are. It just comes down to, how can I say it? I feel like, when you want to do better, sometimes our brothers and sisters like to down talk you, or hinder you from wanting to elevate your thought process and your eating process and your, the way you do things. Oh, you think you better than us because you don't eat, pig intestines. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I ain't never been a fan of eating shit in the first place. I'm going to be honest with you. So the fact that you're mad at me for not wanting to eat shit, that's a personal problem, and I cannot control how you feel, but it's like, or it takes me back, because I got to share this with you, because I probably should have gone to counseling after that Thanksgiving I attended. We went to a Thanksgiving, and, this is when I had to. Now I don't have to, obviously, but I went, and, you're at the table, you're hungry, you're like, okay, what's the chances of it being a miss? You know what I mean? This has to be good. So I'm sitting at the table, and there's this plate in front of me, and it's in a triangle, and it looks very soft. And I'm like, que paso? What is this? What is this? And they said, these are pig ears. Oh. Oh.
I would have lost it.
Oh, Tim. They should have hired a usher to catch me. Okay, I needed somebody to fan and put a little blanket over me, because I immediately went into a fast. What's wrong with you? It was one of those, what's wrong with you? I'm a brown-skinned sister. I believe my melanin kind of dropped down to a little bit of vitiligo color. I'm serious. I was done. I did not eat at all that Thanksgiving, because the sight of that, the purpose of it, threw me off. You might as well have just said, Ayana, Massa needs you. You know what I'm saying? I might as well have just been out there picking cotton after that. It was traumatizing for me. So anyway.
I am in tears, guys.
I'm glad you are, because I'm very serious about this. People will try to have you singing spiritual hymnals at Christmas and Thanksgiving, and it's just not going to happen for me. And I also think that when you eat better, your skin looks better too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. Change your eating habits and drinking a proper amount of water will do wonders for your skin, will do wonders for your hair growth. You'll feel more energized throughout the day. You wonder why I'm walking around feeling so groggy all of the time, or I'm not in a good mood all of the time. And a lot of times it can be just traced back to what you're putting into your body.
And I do agree with that, because when I was living in Cali, the news had a breaking news, and they were talking about mad cow disease, right? And how it's affecting all the burgers and everything. And if you think about it, and I think I'm really about to link something here with you all. Most men, in particular, love a good burger. They love triple burgers. They love dinosaur burgers. Men love burgers. They'll put 10 patties on there if they can. Burger. Okay. So, with mad cow disease and a lot of men eating burgers, you have a lot of situations where that could be part of the reason why there are so many domestic violence and a lot of issues in the home, verbal attacks and verbal assaults, because the hormones are off in the man, and because of what he's putting in him. So he could have traces of some of that mad cow disease, which is why he's out of whack, acting all over the place and doing all of that. Do you see there might be a correlation because of the hormones, or what's your opinion on that?
I definitely agree. Just like we produce hormones in our bodies, these animals and different things that we're putting into our bodies, they produce similar, if not the same, because of course animal bodies don't function the exact same way as ours, but they definitely do produce different hormones, and they feel different emotions, and we're putting all of those things, all of those chemicals that they've been treated with. It's sometimes not even natural, but our bodies are having reactions to the chemicals that farmers are treating their herds and different things with, and it can definitely lead to an altered state. When you think about how the pesticides that are used, would you allow a child to go and drink a pesticide? No, but these cows are feeding on grass that have been treated with a pesticide so that they're that there aren't weeds or that there aren't, different bugs in there, and that's what the cows are putting into their bodies, or the pigs, or whatever their animal may be, and then we're putting that into our body.
For
So
sure.
we're just doing it indirectly.
Yes. And one thing I wanted to ask you about, because a lot of people deal with the battle of the belly bulge, no matter if it's a man or a woman, sometimes you may see a man and he may look like he's 25 months pregnant. And then you may see it. I'm just saying, though, some brothers look like they about to give birth to a college student. I'm serious now. And, we want to, keep it 100, because, we always have this whole dynamic between brothers always wanting the woman to look in tip-top shape, but, we all need to exercise. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
And one of the things that I find absolutely hilarious is that, we all, no matter who it is, we're going to eventually, for those of you who are not exercising and on that regimen, you're going to deal with not being complacent, not being content with how your stomach looks, trying to suck it in and forgetting, wearing all these girdles and these hurdles and all these other type of things to, take away the appearance of what's really there. So a lot of the time that's waste, right? That has not been disposed of in the area. Is that true?
Oh, absolutely. It is absolutely waste. Our intestines aren't functioning properly. But what happens is if you do something enough times, over time, your body starts reacting to it, good or bad. So if you're not eating properly or overeating too much, your body just cannot, when you're younger, the young whippersnapper metabolism is super high. You can get away with more things. But as you start to get older, your metabolism begins to decline, because that's just the way the aging process works. And so now we have a lot of excess waste that is sitting around our bellies, or even not waste, but belly fat. And that's where all of our major organs are, with the exception of the brain. All of our major organs are housed in our midsections, and we wonder why, these things aren't functioning properly. It's because we've got the belly fat. So it goes beyond a vanity factor of, I want six-pack abs so that I can walk on the beach with no shirt on. But it goes back to, I don't want to put my heart under extra stress. I don't want to put my pancreas under extra stress, and pancreas is directly related to the production of insulin, which is crucial in diabetes. And so we wonder why, it goes beyond just, I don't want to look, pregnant. I want to be able. It's so much more.
Yeah.
About being healthy and leading a healthy lifestyle.
For sure. And I believe that being regular when you're using the bathroom is regularity is a good thing. Constipation is horrible, and we all understand that constipation is just bad. One thing, this is a true story. I had surgery, and my surgery made me gain weight. And I'm 5'1", so you can only imagine, after a certain girth, if you will, you can start to look a little out of shape. Now, for most people, they'll be like, oh, you look thick or whatever. But I know that this right here, I'm not happy because my thighs are rubbing together and I'm starting to see a lot of rolls. And so I was doing some research, and I decided that I was going to eat some frozen organic berries. And I bought 3 bags of berries from Sprouts, and I ate them, not necessarily back to back to back, but I would include it in my water. I'd include it in my lemonade, my Simply Lemonade. Shout out to Simply Lemonade. And, I would, eat them, regular. And I was just like, okay, I started to feel a little tingle in my stomach. So then I started Googling, because I'm like, what's going on, right? Because this tingle is a little different. And so I start to feel the tingle and everything. And then next thing you know, oh my.
I'm with you.
Not going anywhere for a while? Hello. I was like, whoa, am I in a contest? And so now I am, I'm able to, defecate, and I'm really getting rid of a lot of waste. By the time I got up from the commode, I had lost 15 pounds.
Wow, and you had just that much on you.
I was one.
Waste on us.
Yes.
And you'd be surprised about.
Yes.
People don't know until it's relieved, and they feel the difference. They see
Yes.
how much better again their skin's looking, how much more energy they're having. Like, this is a serious problem. Like, not going regularly, especially in women. Men, we just men. Like, we don't care. We'll go in a public place. We really don't care. But it's more
on the curb.
Women and feeling like the image. Oh, I have to wait until he's not around because it's new, and I don't want him to think a certain thing about me. And no, you need to go. You don't need that waste. Your body is trying to eliminate it for a reason so that it can continue to do what it needs to do. Like, don't hold it. Go. Get it off of you.
Wait a minute. Oh my goodness, that is the funniest thing. No, seriously, honestly, I was 135 pounds and I went down. Okay, so now I am 120, right? Feeling good. And one thing about me, when I have to go, I have to go. Now, I am probably in that 5% of women. I'm not with trying to make people think I don't use the bathroom. You can live in that world of delusion if you want to. I use the restroom, and you should too. And, even holding gas. Some of you sisters are on a date right now, and the gas is trickling up the back of your spine because you got to release it. And, it's going to blow a hole in the seat. You're going to blast off to go see Vladimir Putin. Seriously, y'all better let that out. And when you do let it out, you end up scaring yourself, thinking somebody knocking on the door, trying to break the door down, because it's so much in there. And you can die if you don't pass gas. That's why a lot of sisters don't realize this, but when you are out on your date, and let's just say you're spending the night with this man, you pass gas in your sleep. And he probably has hollered. Laughed, probably even taped it, because you over there sounding like Drumline Part 2. I'm serious about this, okay? So y'all gotta let that out. Oh my gosh. Oh,
let it go.
Tim, but now wait, Tim, the funny part about this is, now because this is a subject that I probably shouldn't have so much pleasure in talking about, but I do have to say this one thing. Now, when you do have to pass gas, flatulate, and for those of you all who speak Spanish, a pedo, P-E-D-O. When you do that, there is a way that you do it, and you don't have to just let it out right then and there, especially if there are other people around. And I say that because yesterday, to the woman in line with her husband, when I was standing behind you, you smell like you had the flu. I don't know what is going on. She had the nerve she let it out, and it was not loud. It was a silent and violent one. And I'm sitting there, and I was like, wait a minute. Okay, first of all, I didn't bring my scuba gear. First of all, okay, now I'm in this line, and so this is what I did. I know people are going to be like, did you really? I asked her, I said, ma'am, did you pass gas? And her husband looked at me and said, yes, I did. And her husband said, I would never ask anybody that. We didn't do anything. I said, I asked, and I need to know if you did, because it smells like the flu back here. Oh my gosh, they were so mad. Now look, the wife didn't say anything. She knew she had tore the paint off the wall. I just had to get that out because I wanted to talk about that yesterday. Thank you, Tim, for letting me get that out. Hello.
Woman to shame.
Well, I just had to keep it 100. But anyway, so we understand that, waste does sit up in your body. We do understand that it does have to come out, and that we do need to ascribe to a different way of eating and exercising and thinking. We do need to definitely speak to somebody about some issues that have occurred from childhood, which could very well be affecting how we eat and see seafood, because seafood is just not from the water. Seafood, it is how you see food, and it is totally amazing. What type of services do you offer at Boundless Fitness in the Houston area that everybody who's in that area could, possibly come and join your movement?
Well, we offer, of course, personal training. We also offer group training where we're fostering camaraderie and the group environment. We offer nutritional counseling and consultations. I do custom meal plans as well as various fitness challenges.
Mm-hmm. Various fitness challenges. I'm just writing all of this down. And then what is the cost for your services?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
I said, what are the costs for your services?
Well, those vary. I do offer online training. Let me make sure I mention that for people who are not in the Houston area, or if you have, you prefer to, just work out with a trainer online. And so that's going to start at $50 a month, and we kind of customize it based off of, your needs. And then for my nutrition coaching, $50 an hour.
So, okay, I love the fact that you offer online training. That is amazing. How can the listening audience get online and train with you? What is the website?
Well, right now they would send me an email at boundlessfit, FIT, at gmail.com. I do have a Boundless Fitness app where I will send them the link to the app where they can download the app. It is compatible with Apple products, and Android. And so you'll have access. And then also there's a website where you can log in and do your workouts. And we also do, with all of my online clients, track nutrition, because I believe, following a workout plan is pointless if you're not going to make sure the food portion, of it is on point. And so, you're going to log, if you have a Dr. Pepper in the morning for breakfast, I want to know about that Dr. Pepper, because I can't address why you're not getting the results that you're wanting to see if I don't know everything that you're putting into your body. So you're going to follow the workout plan as well as track your nutrition and monitor your progress all through the app. Wow.
You know what? That is absolutely amazing. You have it going on because you have it covered. You have an app. You have the whole online training. Then you have your physical services. You are well versed. You provide meal plans, fitness challenges. I mean, you just cover it all. And I just want to thank you so much for all of what you do and how you give back to, the communities with your passions, because the service that you provide saves lives, literally. I feel like,
thank you so much.
Of course, I feel like you're welcome. I feel like fitness instructors, and this is no shade, just understand that we all need to be able to share when it's time to share. I feel like fitness instructors are doctors, because what you all do is a natural approach to really not having to end up in the hospital as much. We're not perfect. We're not immortal. Things do happen. But the preventative measures that you as a trainer provide save lives. And doctors, they save lives. That's not to count them out. But we're talking about the step before the hospital, the step before the ambulance, the step before having to get called in because something on the x-ray, isn't good. So I really want to shoot you all, because I feel like you are in the medical field. It's not just about having, it's not just about having muscles and pecs and calves, and all of that is good. All of that is great. The whole physique is wonderful, but it's really about you care, and you're willing to help somebody reroute everything that they ever knew about themselves, their body, and performing at a maximum level. And not only that, you're dealing with the mental aspect. And I feel like a lot of times, when you go to the doctor, they may ask you, have you ever suffered from depression, this, that, and the third. But it's really kind of like, get you in, get you out, get you in, get you out, Whereas, like you said, no, I want to get to know you. I want to help you. I need to know these intricate situations because it puts you in a position to where you can be the best that you can be. So thank you so much for everything that you have done, are doing, and will do when it comes to saving our lives.
Oh, you're very welcome, and thank you for having me on tonight.
Oh, of course. Now, this is what we have to do. It is tell everybody your Instagram.
Okay. My business Instagram is Boundless Fitness Brand, BRAND. So that's where you can be able to find the most up-to-date content. I actually have a new fitness challenge coming starting on November 1 as we lead up to those dreaded holidays, how to keep the pounds off and enjoy your holidays as well. So
Okay, I'm all for it. Now, see, what I want to know, because now that I've lost the weight in my stomach, and I have always been athletic, so it doesn't take too long for me to start seeing results in toning. And I really just want to do more of sculpting and toning without losing the weight. Do you offer a regimen for that?
Oh, absolutely. We do that. I have meal plans for whatever your situation is. Pescatarian, I have a regimen for, me myself personally, I'm on a weight gain regimen, but I want to do it the healthy way, not just eating any and everything, but I'm on a clean bulking plan. We also, I have fat loss program for people who they're not interested in moving the scale. They're interested in decreasing their body fat percentage while maintaining their muscle mass so that they can achieve the tone, look like you're saying, have all of the nice cuts and all of those things. So, we customize it, this is what I live and breathe, so.
Okay, so one thing.
It's not a one-size-fits-all program. Fitness in general is not one-size-fits-all. And if you're working with a company that takes that approach, then I can almost guarantee they are not as passionate about it, and you probably need to find a new company or a new trainer to work with.
And so one thing before you get off, I wanted to ask you about, when it comes to meal prepping, there are a lot of people who do meal preps. What are the best ways to seek out, or what should we look for when seeking out a meal prepper? I'm over here in the Dallas area. What are, some tips?
If you're looking for a third-party company to kind of do it for you, then I would just, people laugh, but I would take it as seriously as a job interview, because at the end of the day, you're relying on this person's expertise to fuel your body. So you want to not just go with the first place that you go with, but actually interview them, see how much they know about the different macros and, how they prepare their foods, because, sodium intake and a number of different things. So you want to ask questions about, how they're flavoring or seasoning foods and things like, just take it very seriously. When you start to take your personal health seriously, then those around you will have to adjust accordingly, or they're going to get lost. So.
Okay. So when you see like the food, when they deliver the foods, certain, what do you think about those, buying from the TV advertisements where you have the people like, I think it's Blue Apron and different type of businesses like that?
My rule is if it's fresh, because there are some out there where there's not fresh, and the way that a lot, especially meats, are preserved is with salt. And so if it's going to be fresh food like HelloFresh, shout out to them. They're a great company to work with.
Okay.
All of even their vegetables, they don't send out anything frozen. So because of that, they're not able to send you out a lot at a time. You're going to be constantly receiving shipments from companies like that. When they're doing it the right way, if they're able to send you a month supply all at once,
Yeah, we're going to have you come back on the show again. We need help. Now, I'm not playing with you. We need you. You are our resident. I am considering you to be our resident fitness expert. Help us. We need you. You know, I'm going to definitely be soliciting some questions from, you know, my listeners and other people, because we need as much wisdom as you can give us. You know, I'll ask the questions. Sometimes people are shy, but I want to learn, and I want my listening audience to learn, especially since we have an international listening audience. And so, you know, with different cultures and different things, you know, a lot of people face a lot of challenges when it comes to their culture. I was just looking at a video where there is a particular tribe that they fatten up their daughters for marriage. And so they make them eat nonstop. So they will be desirable, because the more meat you have on your body, the more desirable you are. And these little girls were literally regurgitating. They were crying. You know what I mean? All because in this culture, this is what is acceptable. And my issue is, I hate when something is unacceptable, but if you throw culture in front of it, then you're supposed to back off from it. No, this is wrong. Period, point blank. I don't care about your culture because you're misassigning the word. So, you know, I just really appreciate the fact that you can come and dispel myths, help us. And, you know, you've provided so many different avenues for us to get on board with what you're doing. You know, we support Black-owned businesses. We support, you know, anybody within the 12 tribes of Israel. And we just really want to thank you so much for what you do and how you have contributed. I'm going to make sure that you get a copy of this interview in your direct message. But I need to have you back as a special guest again, if you don't mind.
Oh, absolutely. I'm definitely willing and open to that.
Okay. And did you have a good time on the show?
There's so much for even for me. Life is a learning experience. When you stop learning, you stop living. So yes. I am open to that. I've got a wealth of information and knowledge that I think will be valuable, and I'm willing to share that information.
Oh, bless you for that. And, you know, that will definitely come back to you in between 10 and 100-fold. We appreciate that for sure. Did you have a good time on the Sister Speak show?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, I did. You are a character.
And
I'm passing gas in front of her in line. I'm going to tell y'all that much.
Okay. Oh, my gosh. That is the funniest. And I appreciate you for just being you. And, you know, what we're going to do is we're definitely not going to say goodbye. We're going to say that this is I'll talk to you later. And thank you so much. And may you continue to grow in your business. May celebrities come seeking after you for, you know, your time and your talent and your treasure. And may this not only be lucrative for you, but just really spiritually fulfilling, because you're helping so many people live their best life. And then, you know, we got Duvall for the song, and now we've got you for the exercise. See how we doing that? So then what we're going to do is we're going to have an exercise class where Duvall is singing Living Your Best Life while you're teaching us how to get it together.
Absolutely.
Okay. Anyway, thank you so much, Tim, and I hope you have a wonderful evening, okay?
You too.
Okay, take care. Brothers and sisters, let's give a round of applause for Tim D.
This month on the Sister Speak show, hosted by Ayana Holloman, coming to the stage, actress Ajanay Gray, The Laugh Line, comedian Ace Boone, The Tour, recording artist Forrest Bell, The Platform, motivational speaker coach Bruce Kennedy, The Platform, owner and founder of Boundless Fitness Tim D, coming to the stage, actor Lorenzo Woodgrain, The Tour, songstress Allie. Listen live to the Sister Speak show starting this Tuesday, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. You are listening live to The Platform on the Sister Speak show. I'm going to leave you all with this clip. Fake butts and post baby snapback. Have celebrities taking plastic surgery too far? After this clip, I'll come back on and I will definitely end the show. We've got 2 more interviews for the month of October, and then we're going to move on into November. You all have been a patient audience, a wonderful audience. Let's get it. Let's go. We're going to go ahead and play this clip brought to you by BET. No, by Essence.
Your home for fashion, news, and entertainment, and more. All with Black women in mind. I'm your host, Malcolm Jovu, and you can watch us right here on Essence.com, Facebook, and YouTube Tuesdays at 3 p.m. And if you want to sound off on today's show, well, you can. Just use the hashtag EssenceNow or by emailing us at essencenow@essence.com. As mentioned in the hot list, the internets went a little crazy after the Shade Room posted this photo of Blac Chyna's rather large booty on the beach. And while she seems to be keeping her booty for now, Tammy Roman said she's just about had it with hers. Watch.
It's the whole fake booty thing. Like, I got the booty injections, and I hate it. I just want
butt lift.
Well, not the butt lift. This is straight injection, straight in there.
Of your own fat.
Right. I thought it would do some good. I thought I was plumping it. Now I just want to dump it. You know what I mean?
Joining us now to talk all about this plastic surgery and big booty craze, our Hot 97 digital producer and personality, Scotty Beam. And via Skype is Essence's West Coast editor, Regina R. Robinson. Thank you, ladies, for joining us.
Of course.
All right, let's get right into the discussion. What are your thoughts on plastic surgery? Are you here for it? Scotty, let's start with you.
Okay. I'm here for plastic surgery for women who are doing it to make themselves comfortable and doing it safely, which means going to your doctor, talking to your doctor, making sure that everything is okay, making sure the nip tuck, there'll be no symptoms of anything else, side effects of anything else. So I'm for the nip and tuck because some things you're just not comfortable with and you want to change. So yeah, I'm for it, but when you do it illegally is the problem.
Right, and we've seen those cases where it's illegal and then you come out looking all botched. That's crazy. Now, Regina, I'm curious to get your perspective. Do celebrities have an obligation to tell their fans when they've had plastic surgery?
Oh my God, this is such a touchy subject. Well, first of all, hello, York. How are you? It's such a touchy subject. I think it's personal, and I don't think everyone wants to tell everyone when they get surgery. I don't think you're obligated, but sometimes it's really obvious. And I agree with Scotty. I think it's a personal choice. You could, everyone wants to feel fabulous in their own skin, but when it gets really crazy, I worry about your health. It's like the butt injections. When I looked at those pictures of Blac Chyna, I thought, oh my God, what are you going to look like in a couple years? What's going to happen?
Right.
So I think it's an obligation, but sometimes it's kind of obvious. It's to each his or her own. I will say that.
Yeah, I'm no doctor, but I do know, and I think that she's not getting butt injections still. I think this is a side effect.
Oh, you think it was actually a botched job?
Right. I think after her pregnancy the first time, we saw some change. And then her second pregnancy with this kid, I think her butt has completely changed. Mm-hmm. So I think this is a side effect of injections from way before.
I see.
And this is what's happening. Or she could be just losing too much weight. And her butt now is looking like,
it's so unfortunate that she was photographed in that position. It's so unfortunate. Do you think we're a little bit obsessed with talking about plastic surgery, or are we just obsessed with, talking about women's bodies in general?
I think we're obsessed with talking about our bodies in general. We sit in front of a mirror. I know I do.
Okay.
All right. I sit in front of a mirror all the time and be like, oh, I wish I could change this. Or, oh, I wish, if this went, I'd be straight. You know what I'm saying? So I do think we obsess over our bodies a lot because of other comments that people make, and I think comments from ourselves, on what makes us comfortable. So you just have to make sure that you're just not making this choice because of other people.
Right. And we were speaking off camera, speaking of comments that people make. Someone said something to you on Instagram, and you check them real quick, so you don't fall into that pressure. You're like,
that fat shaming thing, don't do nothing to me. Don't fat shame me, because I'll post you, because you want the attention. I'll give you the attention, sweetheart. Right.
Regina, let's talk about the social media aspect of it, right? Do you think that we have pressure when we see celebrities snapping back and looking so good? Does that add pressure to regular women to just look as good as they do?
I think it does add pressure. I think it's so unrealistic, and I think that if you have a beautiful little baby, I feel like you should be focused on the kid. And when I see people, the snapback photos are really, sometimes it's amazing. It's like, girl, how did you do that? But I would prefer to see a picture of the baby. You walking with the baby. So, if it's for yourself, that's great. The social media thing, like, how does it make other women feel? I don't see, like, the larger point of it.
Right.
But, again, I'm always about what makes you feel good. So the posting, sometimes it makes me feel bad for other women. It's like, if the average woman, if you have a baby, you got 3 months off, you go back to work. No one has time to be, sipping tea and wearing a waistband.
Right. Too much pressure.
Yeah, more power to you. Like, do what makes you feel good. It's such a double-edged sword for me.
Yeah.
Because I think you should, live your life, do your thing.
And we see these.
When I think about younger women, it's like, get plastic surgery. What's going to happen in 3 years or 5 years? Like, you may look great today.
Right.
It's about maintenance, and it's expensive.
Right.
And, what is your body? What is you going to face? The tune-ups?
Yeah.
So then let's talk about, about getting it right. Because we've seen instances, we're not going to name names, where it is done right and people still look good. Are there rules or things that you should look into if you're thinking about getting plastic surgery? Is there a way to do it tastefully?
I think just making sure that making sure you got the money to tune up, just like, I just feel like you just have to be prepared for 3-5 years down the line. There's a tasteful way to do it. If you feel like you need more lip injections or whatever it is, then do it, sweetheart. But make sure it is safe.
Right.
Make sure your doctor is legit. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that you can keep it up, that you have the money to keep up these things.
Because it's not just getting it.
Exactly. Because when 5-10 years down the line and them things start to droop, then what you gonna do, sweetheart?
Right.
Like, that's it. And so, and people forget, too, that Instagram is a highlight reel. You know what I'm saying? It'll show you the best parts of how they look. And Photoshop exists, filters exist, all these things exist. So when you look at, I'm guilty of it too. When I look at bodies and I'm like, dang,
I wish I had that. Every woman has that, but the key is to not get carried away.
Not obsess over it and think that you have to look the same.
Absolutely, that. Regina, I'm curious to get your thoughts about, when do you think the big booty craze started? What do you think kickstarted it?
That is so funny to me because it didn't start with me because I always had it, but it would never fly. Now I'm like, oh my God, who would have ever thought that somebody would be injecting anything into their body? I cannot believe it. I would say 7 years ago, 10 years ago. I can't remember the first time I saw it, but I could not believe what I was seeing. And even now, it's like, girl, how do you sit? How do you,
wipe?
I don't know. I just worry about them. And, I've seen some of those botch videos, and it's like the harm that you're doing to your body, it's
not
amazing.
Gonna be worth it. It's not going to be worth it.
It's not going to be worth it. And, just coloration and just all kinds of things. It's so scary. But I can't remember when it started.
Yeah.
But I know that when I look at it now, when I saw that picture on Instagram the other day, I was like, okay. I just had no comment.
It's interesting to me as well that non-black women get this plastic surgery for features that we're usually shamed and people talk down on, but when they get it, that it looks good and it's cool on them. Isn't that a word? Well, ladies, I wish we had more time to talk about this. It is a complete word. Thank you, Regina. Now, all show long, we've been talking about cosmetic plastic surgery, particularly in light of this recent photo of Blac Chyna and her booty in a bikini. Kayla has been monitoring your comments on social media. Hey, Kayla, what are people saying?
Listening to the Sister Speak Show is even easier now with the new abilities available from Spreaker Skill on Amazon Alexa. With Spreaker on Alexa, you can now listen to the Sister Speak Show from even more places from all around the world. You also have navigation control, fast forward and rewind podcasts to make sure you never miss a second of your favorite show. And then you can ask for show recommendations like the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. You are listening live to the platform on the Sister Speak Show. I am your host, Ayana, and that was brought to you by Essence on YouTube. Fake bucks. What is a buck, Ayana? I like to buy a consonant. I like to buy a T. Fake butts and the post-baby snapback have celebrities taking plastic surgery too far. So, brothers and sisters, with that being said, I know I told you I was going to put on soul food and slave food, but we're going to have to say that for another time because the time has been well spent. And I just want to keep the essence of everything going the way it's going. So shout out to my wonderful, wonderful, wise, and amazing special guest this evening, Tim D, the owner and founder of Boundless Fitness. You can also check him out at boundlessfit@gmail.com. You can go to his Instagram page as well as, I think it is Tim D. Tim D. And then I think it's at the Boundless Fit brand. I apologize. I was taking so many notes, but definitely you can go on my Instagram page and you'll be able to check out his Instagram page as well. I think it's called Me Tim D. But what I love about everything tonight is the wisdom, the testimony, and the seriousness about wanting to help us get better so we can live our best life. We don't ever want to be bitter. We want to be better. So brothers and sisters, no matter where you are with your body, with your shape, I encourage you not to go under the knife because I just don't want you to do that. I just don't want you to do that. I'd rather you have a natural testimony about how you organically got in there and just said, look, I'm going to get this together, without having to have repercussions later on in life. And plus you really want to be real. You don't want to be fake. You don't want to be plastic. You don't want to be full of foreign entities just to have somebody lust after you. Okay? Seriously. So to my brother and to my sister who's struggling with their weight, to my brother and my sister who just wants to tone, to my brother and my sister who are suffering from eating disorders that have to deal with traumatic situations as your childhood, holla at Tim D. He'll definitely, point you in the right direction. And I just pray that all the chains that have you bound from your childhood, that they will be broken and that you will be healed and that you won't take it out on the table or you won't take it out on any other substance, but that you'll be able to have some great coping skills that'll help you not abuse your body and have to, regret it in the long run. So with that being said, brothers and sisters, I want you to live your best life. You be great. You have a wonderful week. I am going to, and I don't want you to be weak in your week. I want you to be strong in your week. Understand that. So you have a wonderful strong. Yes, Ayana. Y'all have a wonderful strong. Okay. And not only that, I have a special guest coming on Tuesday to Coming to the Stage, Lorenzo Woodgrain. He's an actor in the web series Money and Respect. And then on Saturday, we're going to finish this out with my sister Queen. Oh, I can't wait to vibe out with this sister on the tour. Allie, songstress Allie. She's the voice at the beginning of the Sister Speak show, along with producer Ben Wade. Appreciate you all for a wonderful, wonderful show intro. It's amazing. You all have a wonderful week. Press through and you be blessed. I'll talk to you later. Take care.